because love isn't a game. Love is real. That was deep. Like, really, not that deep. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the thumbnail and the title of this video, you know what the video is about. I am reacting to TikToks. Now, I'm not just reacting to any TikTok there is, I'm reacting to relationship advice TikTok. So advice guys give to girls, girls to give to guys, and I'm just going to see my opinion on them. Obviously everyone has their whole different opinion on relationship, on advice and all of that, and I'm not a professional in a relationship. I've had one heartbreak and I'm currently in a happy and healthy relationship now, so it's like I'm just doing it based off what I think and what I know and what I've been through, all of that. Okay, I actually saw a YouTuber do this the other day, Gabriel Conti, and I just thought it was so funny. Like, the way he reacts and everything is so funny. But I'm just going to go through, there's like quite a few of them. I don't know if I'll watch them all, if I'll put them all in. But yeah, let's just react to TikToks. They will come up on the screen here whilst I'm watching them.
You guys ready? This is girl language. When she stares at your mouth, kiss her. When she hits you or pushes you or acts like she's stronger than you, grab her and don't let her go. She starts cussing out a storm at you and tries to be all big and bad with you, kiss her and tell her that you love her. When she's quiet, ask her what's wrong. If she ignores you,
It's like, this is obviously like a mock-up, like they're kind of mocking the whole thing, but you know, I agree with some of these and I don't agree with some of these. Like, you know, for me personally, like when I'm quiet, just in general, like if I'm just quiet sitting there like peacefully, like you don't have to do that. Like if we've had an argument or something like that and I'm quiet, then yes, ask. But I'm kind of like, I like to be quiet. Definitely if they look at your lips, I find that like they obviously want to kiss you. Okay, so if a girl ignores a guy, there's probably a reason for why they're ignoring you. Not necessarily because we want attention. Just saying. Could be wrong. Next one.
5 of the best questions to ask a girl to get her attention. The power that these questions hold. I feel like Thanos with the Infinity Stones. These are powerful.
Okay, so
Number 1, what makes you truly happy?
I think that really shows that like you care about the person when you ask like what truly makes you happy, and it shows that you want to know what's going to make you happy. Because if there's like a time where, you know, your significant other is not happy or they're struggling, ask what makes them happy, so then you know in the future if flowers make a girl happy, like bring her flowers. That is not what makes me happy.
What single event has had the biggest impact in your life?
Now I find that very like true. Like if a guy would ask me what has had the biggest impact on my life, I don't know, it just shows a whole nother level to their reasoning and their meaning as a person. Like, and for the relationship, if someone's just gonna ask silly, I don't know, like there's like conversations that guys have that are like so not meaningful, and there's just so like short and not genuine, whereas if you ask that kind of question, it shows that you really care.
3, if you could hop on a plane right now, where would you go?
See, I feel like that's a question that you ask when you like your very first date and you want to get to know them. That's like just a generic question someone asks, where do you want to travel in the world? Like, I don't know about that one.
Number 4, what are you most passionate about?
Yes, because then if they tell you obviously what they're passionate about, you can either relate to them or you can, where was I going with that? What they're passionate about, you can, you know, if they're passionate about going to the movie theatre, I don't know, you will take them to the movie theatre. You know what I mean? So I think it's really important to know that.
If you died tomorrow, what would be your greatest accomplishment?
Yeah, I guess that's a good one. If you died tomorrow, what would be your greatest accomplishment? Because I guess it gets them thinking about what they've achieved in life. I don't know.
Things guys do that girls love. Number 1, a man that can plan things.
Oh my god, I cannot tell you how much I love this. I'm a very structured person and I am very organized and planned. I have lists and I like things to be planned. I also like to be spontaneous and like go on a random trip and have nothing planned. That's okay, but for life, everyday life, I like to be planned, I like to be organized. And like, I don't want to have to be in a relationship where I feel like I have to plan everything, I have to plan all the dates, I have to book everything. So I just hate when people are so unorganized and you're like, where are we going tonight? They're like, oh, I don't know. Like, that is no.
You can take initiative.
Taking initiative is so hot. Like, I don't know, I just think in everyday life taking initiative is so important because it just shows that you're not necessarily a confident person, but it shows that you care enough to want to do it, if that makes sense.
Number 2, god damn, that boy can listen. Yes, bro, open your ears. She wants you to understand what she's saying and why. Pay attention.
No worse than a guy that just like looks at you when you're talking and they look like they're paying attention but they're not. I think it's so important even just like to remember the little things. Like if a girl tells you, this is gonna be so random, but if a girl tells you what her favorite color was when she was 5 years old, if you remember that, oh my god, she is gonna like be so happy because you remember just the small little things in life. Like, whereas if you bring up something a week before, say you bring up something and it's kind of like, oh, I have an exam in a week or something like that, and it comes to that time when you have the exam and the guy's like, do you want to do this at this time tomorrow? And I'm like, I have an exam, I told you about this a week ago. That pisses me off.
Is a man that can be present. He's in the moment, meaning you're not on your phone, you're not looking at other people, you're with that girl in the time that you guys are together.
It like correlates with the other point about paying attention and being in there in the moment. So yes, that's very important.
Number 4, be a gentleman, bro. Go hold the door for her, go grab her napkins, give her a compliment. Be a gentleman, be a class act, okay? Girls love it because it doesn't happen very often anymore.
Yes, and he's right, it does not happen very often anymore at all. Like, the new generation coming through, or like the teens now are like, I don't think there's many guys in that generation, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know, but that wouldn't do all of that. And I think for me, like in the future, way future, when I have kids, like I want to be teaching them manners, being a gentleman, like opening a door, like all that kind of stuff, because I find that so like romantic and I find that just like so like nice. It doesn't have to be every single day, but I just think chivalry's not dead, and a lot of guys that I have dated in the past, like they wouldn't do that kind of stuff. And like I'm more than happy to open a door for a guy. I'm not saying that females can't do it for guys. Like females, go do it for your guy as well. Like I think it just shows that someone has a lot of respect for that other person, that they're like, oh, I want to open that for you. I don't know. That's what I personally think.
I literally said to Jada, that's it. I retire. I retire from trying to make you happy. I need you to go make yourself happy and just prove to me that it's even possible. And after we cracked the hell up, we started talking about, we came into this false romantic concept that somehow when we got married that we would become one. And what we realized is that we were two completely separate people on two completely separate individual journeys, and that we were choosing to walk our separate journeys together.
I love that. I really love that. I think it is so important that you do love yourself first, because if you don't love yourself first, you're not going to be in a relationship where you can truly love someone else. You might feel like you're so in love with them, but then you're going to have all these like moments where there's arguments, there's fights, or you're going through something and then you're just like, it just isn't genuine. I truly believe you have to love yourself before you can love someone else. Like, you know, I think it's something that you have to go through and experience first to actually know what that means and feels like. And I have experienced that. I think my past relationship, there was obviously a lot there, but going on there, but I didn't love myself. I was going through a very difficult time and I just didn't love myself. So, you know, I thought I had loved someone, but I think it was more so probably the concept and idea. I don't know, I could be wrong, I don't know. But you have to love yourself first, and you have to love yourself like in any situation, like in everyday life. When you truly love yourself and respect yourself, you will know where your priorities stand, and you know what you stand for, you know what you will want in a significant other. So that is so true. I love that one.
If a guy sends you the message, let's hang out, I want you to say this. If it's a date, sure, let me know when and where. It shows the guy that you have more respect for yourself and you don't just hang out with anybody. And if he wants to date you, he has to step up and take the initiative.
I love that. Me growing up, and a lot of females and males that will be growing up now, and non-binary, that are growing up now, a lot of people that they are talking to, you know, I feel like there's phases of relationships. And I remember a status came up on my Facebook memories the other day where it was like one of my friends tagged me and my other friend in a status being like, Bronnie and Brooke are on the leash. Now that's a thing back in the day. I don't know if it's still a thing, but when you were talking to someone, you were on the leash. And basically that was meaning that you're committed to that one person, which for me, yes. For a lot of males that I have dated or talked to growing up, no. I don't know if it's just males, I don't know if it's females. Personally, I am not like that. I will never be like that. There's probably females out there that are like that, but a lot of people don't date. They are just like, come over, hang out. I cannot tell you how much I hate that. Like it grinds me. I'm like, no, I don't want to just go hang out with someone that I don't even know, or go to their house for someone that, even if I do know them and we're not in a relationship or we're not like months into dating, like I wouldn't just go over. Like I just think that that is, no, it just doesn't show that you care and you're actually in it for the long run. You're just in it for a short time, and for whatever reasons. Like it actually really bugs me that that happens so often where guys, and probably girls do it to guys, I don't know, but for me I'm just like, no. Like if a guy says come over or let's hang out, I would remove them as a friend and block them. I'm not kidding. I just didn't have time for that. Like I date to marry. Like I don't just date because I want to date. Obviously you go through like relationships and their learning curves and stuff happens, and that's fine, like I'm up for that, but I want it to be known to the guy that I'm dating that I'm in it for the long haul. And if you're not, then I'll say goodbye. And like that's what I make very clear on dates, that when I'm with guys, I'm like blah blah blah. And I can usually read a guy when they're fake and when they're real and genuine. Like I know that by me saying that, their reaction is telling me if they're in it for the same reason or if they're not in it for the same reason.
Bro, dating in our generation is like wild. For the love of God, let me explain. We live in a generation now where we have to play games in order to keep someone's interest. I never understood why people would do this, but it's like every single time that I go live on here, people are like, how do I keep his interest? How do I get him to like me? Like, what? Which is why I can't stress enough that when you are looking for a partner, when you are looking for a relationship, it is so important to just be your fucking self. If you want—
Okay, I love this girl. She literally is like extending on what I just said, but it's so important that if you're in a relationship with someone or you're seeing someone who they don't appreciate you for you, you need to get out of there. You know, love is blinding. You can be blinded by love and you can miss all the red flags. Been there, done that. That's happened to me. So it has to happen to you at least once. If it hasn't happened to you and you're in a relationship where you're so in love and you're married, I'm so happy for you. Good for you. You're lucky. But, you know, if people don't experience it, but I feel like you have to at least experience it once to know what it is and to be able to know who the right guy is for you and what you actually want in a guy. Like, whereas I was fresh to relationships when I first got into my first relationship, and I don't want to call anyone out or anything, and I'm not trying to do that, but it's just like I was blinded by, I think, as I said earlier, the idea of the relationship of that person, and I was so attracted to them, and you know, they were everything that I guess ticked the boxes in my imaginary boyfriend, that I didn't even care about their personality, about how they treated me. Like, I just want someone that's so supportive of me, and I know what I want now, and that's what I have in my current boyfriend. And I feel like it doesn't come straight away. Like, yes, I believe in love at first sight, but at the same time, feelings develop fonder over time. And if you have those feelings straight away, like, it's good to have those feelings straight away, don't get me wrong, but also be aware and have your vision broaden more. Be aware of everything around you and everything going on. And, you know, allow your perspective to change over time. If it does, don't hold back because you don't want it to change. If it changes, there's a reason for it, and it's a reason that I guess you were blinded by the love at the start, that you missed those small red flags, that you didn't, I guess, work on them when you thought you didn't see them, you know what I mean? But yeah, dating in our world and today's society, not good. You really have to find the right guy that is willing to date. There's so many people out there, and females as well. I'm not just saying just guys, like, don't come at me like it's just because I'm a female and obviously I experience dating guys. I'm just sharing from my personal experience. But yeah, dating's terrible. You just really have to find the right guy when it comes to dating. And I like all the olden day kind of stuff. Like, I just want to bring back the olden days where there's no phones, no technology. Like, social media is great, don't get me wrong, I bloody love it, but when it comes to dating, like, it's just more meaningful how they did it in the olden days. You know, would come to your front door and knock on the door, stuff like that, walk you to your front door after the date, and you don't have to feel like you need to kiss them or you need to sleep with them. Like, you know, you don't want to feel that pressure after a date. And I feel like after a first date, females and probably males feel like they have to owe that to the person because they aren't the dating type. Just saying. Okay, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed me reacting to these TikToks. If you have any other ideas of, you know, TikToks you want me to react to, anything else, feel free to just send them through or let me know. Just message me and I'll do some research and find TikToks on that specific topic. I enjoyed that. I actually found that really fun. I think, yeah, I just think it's really important to know where you stand in a relationship, and you need to be in a relationship where it's 100% going to be 50-50. You never want to be putting in too much more effort than they are, and you don't want to be putting less in than them. And be willing to compromise in situations. I think that's really important, and communication is key. There's a whole lot to relationships that a lot of people don't think is important, that for me, based on past experience, is so important. And I'm only 21. I'm still so young. I don't want anyone to think, oh, she hasn't got enough experience or she doesn't know what she's talking about. It's just personal opinion, it's personal experiences. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next week for another video. Bye.